Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reflections. This is part of Mastering Thought channel on YouTube, and I'm here with Kristina Black, my sidekick. Hi, Kristina.
Hello. Hello. Thanks for having me, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't be here if you weren't here, for heaven's sake.
I know it's way less fun for me to do these without you. I just talk to myself and I can do that anytime. So
So
thanks
Monday
for
we did I thought was a very interesting program on presence. We've done four of them now. I think it's time to move on, but um, something happened to me this week that reminded me of the episode, and I just wanted to share what it was.
Yeah, please.
And those of you who listen to this podcast, hopefully you'll find this interesting because Christina and I have been discussing the format of how we record our videos and what we do and how we do it. And um, part of the presentation last Monday on presence was alignment. It was titled Alignment, Not Refinement,
Mm-hmm.
and which I thought was very clever. And so, but in the context of that, what the message was, in order to experience a presence, you need to align yourself with it. And the things that are getting you out of alignment are the distortions in your awareness, like emotional baggage and reactivity and thoughts in your head and things like that. All right, so in
Mm-hmm.
the middle of the week, I've got this thing circulating in my head. What are we going to do? How are, we need a fresh idea. We need to move this thing in a different direction. And I'm kind of struggling with this a little bit. And all of a sudden, I realize, holy crap, this is me doing the thing I was talking about Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And I suddenly realized that what I needed to do was pause and sit and say, okay, there's something I'm supposed to be learning about this. What am I supposed to be learning?
Mm-hmm.
And so I
So good.
used this little struggle that you and I are engaged in to just as an opportunity to try to open up more and to sort of, in a way, put it on the altar and
Mm-hmm.
look at it in a different way. I don't know if that made any sense, what I was trying to share there.
I mean, I do think that like it's always wise to ask the question what is here and what else is with what else is here with it, like what am I supposed to be learning, what is it that I'm not aware of yet that
Right.
I could grow from. I think that's great.
So here
And
we
Chris,
here we are at kind of a transition point in the channel and the work we're doing to try to help other people. And you and I are taking steps to uncover that. But I
mm-hmm.
noticed that I was struggling with it. And suddenly I realized, wait a minute, I got to use my own principles on this.
Yeah, right, the ego's so sneaky, it really does just swoop in there and try to make things more important than they are.
So the other thing, but I wanted to ask you something. I had sent you something that after the session, I had gone back to the AI and been doing some things, and it spit out some stuff on body work.
Right.
And I know you read it, and it kind of hit you. And I was
Right.
wondering what your reaction was to it, because that's your field and not mine.
Yeah, let me pull it up because I really did get excited when reading this. I thought this is so much uh this matches so much what my impressions of bodywork have given me over the last, 20 years and 6 years if you're going to talk more about energy. But let's see. So, the body is so this is what you're saying. The codex view is the body is not separate from awareness. It is the densest layer of the field.
Uh-huh.
And like even in energy work or like spiritual things, that there have been phrases like if you prefer to call spirit the slightest of matter,
Uh-huh.
that if that helps you to like wrap your mind around it, it is matter, but the slightest of matter. And so that's kind of interesting to think of our bodies being the densest layer of the field. Harmonic distortions uh, don't just stay in the mind; they cascade downward, showing up in the nervous system, fascia, immune function, and eventually as physical symptoms, which I agree with all the time. I have ex- I have my own personal experience with autoimmune issues, and I can tell you that there's so many different healing arts that talk about if you're struggling with autoimmune, it's because you don't acknowledge your own feelings.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, and so like that's been a lifelong thing that for me, path for me is to continue to grow and acknowledge my feelings. But I do think that our bodies are a map of our state of mind, and that our fascia sh- is shaped by our beliefs and also physically shapes our reality, our physical reality in our body.
Now, one
And
of the things, what I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
well, it's okay. I can give an example, but I can wait for a moment too.
Well, the question I was going to ask was part of what kind of got regurgitated to me that I shared with you was sort of a map of where the levels of awareness were, a problem like in level one would happen in a certain area.
Right.
And I wondered if that had any correlation with your experience at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, looking at here, it's saying first harmonic awareness of other. The body reflection will be chronic tension in shoulders and neck, hypervigilance, shallow breathing slash fight flight. And like I can tell you that tension in the shoulders and neck can have to do with like burden, feeling like you have too much responsibility,
Uh huh.
um, like what you owe people. Those are all going to be, and then in your neck, like from where your spine is, that's going to have to do with support. And on the sides of your neck, that can be tight if you actually don't see that you have as many options as you do. You like don't allow your head to look left or right. You're just ducking your head and
Oh,
walking straight forward poetically. Can't look to the left or the right. And so, like, that lines up totally. If you think that others are a threat, then you're always going to need, like, it's always going to be too much. You're always going to need more support. It's never going to change. It's always going to be like this.
okay.
Like, that would totally show up in the body like that.
Well, it seemed like I remember it was in the upper body, though, right?
Yeah, shoulders and neck.
Okay.
First harmonic. Yeah. It's saying you'll feel it in shoulders and neck.
Okay. And that's consistent with your experience.
Yeah. And then, so the second harmonic is distortion, awareness of self. I have to be accepted or approved. And the
Yeah.
body reflection will be chest tightness, shallow breath, digestive issues. Gut mind access is reacting to fear of rejection. And so, like, yeah, I mean, I think when a lot of people have anxiety attacks, they're going to feel it in their chest. Like,
Uh huh.
that's one physical reaction our society knows really well, actually,
Okay.
is, yeah. Um, and digestive issues, heck yeah. Like, if you, um, like, let's see. Sorry, I know I'm taking an extra sec. I hope this
Oh,
isn't
that's all
boring
right. Go.
for those of you listening.
She's
Let's,
reaching for a reference material.
yes, I am going to open up the small and large intestine pages because I want to show in traditional Chinese medicine, they already have emotions associated with the large and small intestines. Small intestines have to do with joy or agitation, and
Yeah.
large intestine has to do with sadness or grief, or like being dogmatically positioned.
Okay.
And I don't know, when I think of dogma, I'm thinking you only
Uh,
care because you're using it to defend yourself so that people accept you.
oh, interesting.
Like, leave me alone. I'm just.
Okay.
I don't know. So those are just some like maybe tip of the icebergs, but like I see a commonality there. Awareness of thought, you'll feel that in head, jaw tension, sleep disruption. I mean, that totally makes sense. Just the locality around the brain, or location around the brain, and like your jaw's going to be where you um it's like we hold our jaws tight when we're trying to keep things out or trying to
Yeah.
keep things in.
Okay.
And so
So do you think?
I'm actually not sure how that would line up. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, my question to you is do you think it would be useful to take the levels of awareness and kind of the roadmap that's got spit out of the AI and try to put together a program on how people could relate to their body issues and their awareness um, issues and how
I
they
think it
relate?
sounds I think it sounds like a great idea. You
Okay,
know, it
well,
there's
okay.
probably something there, some sort of somatic meditation or
Well, let's put that kind of on the shelf to work on, and we'll bring that up at a future date. I wanted. Do you have anything else you want to say on it before I change the subject?
mm, just an appreciate I guess just an appreciation that like in general as we're finding out more info and like, they're starting to find neural tissue around organs,
Yeah.
things like that in the body, and that's showing that like, oh, maybe organs really do have the capacity to hold emotions, or maybe,
Hmm.
maybe your gut really is a second brain, or that kind of thing. It's so exciting. I think new chances to really become aware of ourselves, and that just always leads to um I don't know, fulfilled feeling in me. Do you
Good.
get that?
What the thing that I'm excited about it is you and I have been working together for a long time, and I come from the psychology kind of part, and you come from the body work part, and this thing seemed to create a bridge
Yeah.
that I think was very interesting, and I'd like to explore more.
Yeah. Well, it's so interesting because like it can be easy to separate them, but they really are one.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. What about you? Any last reflections before you change the subject?
No, I think that's do it. Let's
Okay.
let's kind of let that simmer a little bit, and let's see what we can produce. And
Mhm.
if you're listening to this podcast and that sounds like an interesting idea, put a comment in, and that'll encourage us to kind of move this along because I think
Yeah,
it's
let us know if you want to do like a
well, you froze.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay.
Anyway, let me change the subject to Monday. What we're going to record on Monday,
Yeah.
um, and just give everybody a preview, and then you tell me if you think it's worthwhile. On Thursday night, if you're listening to this and you don't realize it, we do a live stream every Thursday night at 6:15. And the live stream is done with Vanessa Marino, who is the manager of our online community Thought Masters, and she's lovely, brings tremendous energy and curiosity. And we had a question last Thursday night, and the question was, and I'm probably going to not be able to repeat this verbatim, but it was a fascinating question. And the question was, we were talking about the internal dialogue, the voice in your head. And the
Mhm.
question was, do lions and unicorns have different voices?
Hmm.
And the answer is yes, they do. And I wanted to maybe delve into that and explain how, because
Neat.
lions and, go ahead.
No, I just said neat.
Oh, lions and unicorns have different vocabulary. They speak a different language.
Hmm.
And I thought it might be very interesting to explore that in the context of relationships
Hmm.
and how the internal dialogue is not only different, but the external dialogue is different too. The words that we use, I mean, since I created this model, I can tune into it pretty fast. But when people come in and start speaking, if they're unicorns, they start using specific words. If they're
Mhm.
lions, they use specific other words.
Interesting. Like, what's an example from each?
Well, the one word that unicorns use a lot is peace.
Mm,
The other, the one that lions use is, they want to feel like they're a partner. And there's a whole list
interesting.
of them. So if we get on when we record this episode, I'm going to have a whole list of different words that the two different types use.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you pick up on them right away. You know exactly where they're coming from and what they're trying to communicate. But if you don't know it, you have no idea what they're saying.
Right.
And they'll keep saying this to you over and over and over again because they know what it means.
But you don't know how to hear it because you're not
That
what they are.
that's exactly right.
Hmm.
And I just thought it would be a fascinating topic.
I think it's a really cool idea. And it's been so long since we've spent any serious time online in Unicorn. I'll look forward to doing that.
Okay. Well, if you're listening to this, join us for the episode. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. I haven't come up with a title, but go to Mastering Thought and check out the latest. As you listen to this will be coming up next week. But since our content tends to be evergreen, you may be listening to this 3 years from now, for all I
Yeah.
know.
So true. So true. And
But
enjoying it.
but please like and subscribe, and consider joining us on Thursday evenings at 6:15 for our live stream.
Yeah.
That has tremendous energy. And stay tuned. Go to Mastering Thought on YouTube. You can find it by looking up Mastering Thought or Mark Waller and Kristina Black, and there will be links. Hopefully, I'll put some links in the podcast. But everybody knows how to find everything these days. It's not like we're doing this for the first time. So,
Yeah, it's true.
if you have any questions, please get a hold of us. If you need any help with anything we're talking about, we're more than willing to engage. That's also part of what we're brainstorming right now. How to evolve this into a more supportive effort
Hmm.
and give people more help with the program.
So true. Got some good stuff here. Lots of people to improve lives if they're ready.
Well, if you look out at the world, this work we're doing is extremely important.
Yeah.
It's more important each day. It's getting pretty bad out there. So,
Yeah. We need a lot of aware people.
awareness is the cure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Well,
Kristina,
thank you, Mark. It's a great
thank
convo as
you.
always.
Thank you for your reflections.
Yeah.
And
Ditto.
we'll join you all when we meet again.
That's right. Click the next thing you want from us.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.